Okay, we are now live. So we're going to start with Bitcoin on the monthly and work our way down. So we're going to start with a fresh chart. Okay, so monthly right now is looking bullish. Just looking at these two untested levels of monthly support. If we were going to come down, and I do think price is going to be coming back down there at some point in time, until we start to lose a level. So we're just going to push it to the weekly because there's more price action to work off of. As of right now, the weekly close was pretty good. Weekly closed above this swing right here, and it gave a retest of this swing right now. And to be honest, it has just pumped right past the daily resistance I was watching at 120,000. So as of right now, we are expecting a push for all-time highs. The only current level of resistance I am looking at as of right now is probably this 4-hour swing right here at 121,000. There's honestly no reason to short yet until we start to get closes back below some prior swings. So let me just go back to the weekly, because as price action is actually forming right now with this current weekly candle, we can start to get a better gauge of what is currently happening, right? So right now on the weekly, we have it tested 119, and we have weekly support down here at 114,000 now, and we have weekly support here. We're gonna just break down these two weekly levels of support. This 114 actually is tested, so I'm gonna scratch this one right here. It's tested. They use that already to bounce, so we're gonna remove that level. This 117, I don't think, yeah, 117,290 wasn't tested, so that is good level to buy back at if it does push back down there. So I'd like to see price ideally come back down to here. Whether we do make a new all-time high, we could still come back down to this range, and that'd be a great level to buy for continuation higher, for instance. So right now, I think we are just going to be pushing right now for 121.4. I really do not have any other levels of resistance as of right now. I can draw out the levels of support that I'm watching. So right now on the daily, the only daily level I'm interested right now is also 115. I think this is a very important level as well too, because if we're just marking out the trends from this swing brought you up, down, up. So we are sort of see where these levels and lines of resistance are coming from, right? Of where we would possibly want to be bidding, right? So that's the thing. The trend is currently up. The only expectation you could really ask yourself is, you have a high here, and if you are bearish, you do decide to take a short within this range, for instance, your stop loss would have to be up here, because your expectation is, okay, if I'm bearish, I want to see a lower high, right, relative to here, and then if it's a lower high, we are going to probably push down to either this or this, and if we do fail these levels, then we'd make new lows. Let's just look at the other weekly levels below. I'm not going to go too low of support, for instance. So where I'm currently watching for weekly levels of support would be around 102, which I was targeting earlier, to 100,000. I think these levels are awesome levels to bid as well too. As of right now, I am only really interested in the price action here, but I want you to keep in mind that if we do decide to dump, the dump is going to be very big. I just know that this dump is going to be very big if we start to lose below 112. Hi JL, how are you? I saw you joining. I hope you hear me in and out. You guys hear me, right? Right, Cold? Hi Luca, how are you? Okay, so yeah, let's see. Yeah, we're currently pushing. Let's see what happens around here. Any daily failures, to be honest, if you start to get closes. Actually, there's actually one more daily level that I'm watching. It'd be this level of daily support here. That daily level of whoops. I want to get rid of some of these orange lines. That this daily level of support is also very important as well, because this is the swing that brought you up all the way down. So holding above 117, these key levels are very important. You fail, you come down to the next. So I just want you to keep in mind the ranges of where price is currently holding. As of right now, I think it's more likely we make all-time highs than not for Bitcoin, as it does look good. If you start to close below 117, close 115, then we have those steep drops to around here. Given that the price action here, especially within the bottom range here, is tested. So because we know there's no liquidity here, we know the price action here is pretty much tested on the weekly time frame as well too, that we know it's not going to hold. Is there any other questions before I move on to Ethereum? Yes, no? Forever hold your peace? Okay. Let's move to Ethereum. Arrow is playing out as of right now. This is from last stream. The arrow is playing out. Okay, let's just start with a fresh chart. We're going to move to the monthly. So as of right now, Ethereum is gunning right now for this monthly level here at 4,600. You could expect a reaction there, but it's more likely than not we are going to make new all-time highs. How high are we going to go? I am not completely sure, but we can just really use psychological levels for Ethereum, that maybe like 5,000 around there is probably a good area of rejection, maybe even around 5,500. I like to use more or less clean levels. That sort of makes sense. I don't know where it's going to reject. You can always take a fib to figure out where you would want to play, but I think we're going to make all-time highs. The weekly close was pretty good. It basically, I wanted to get a bid here at 42.89, but it front ran that level, which is okay. I do think that maybe after we do make all-time highs, we could still definitely come back down here, and I would ideally look for somewhere around 3,200 to 3,000 as level of support to bid on Ethereum if we do get that nice pullback, because there's going to be a lot of FOMO in the market when price is going to be making all-time highs, right? And after we do make all-time highs, you do want to look for that pullback, and I would like to buy here for then continuation to maybe even higher. So that is pretty much the main idea for Ethereum. Shorting here is a little bit risky, given that you only have one level of monthly resistance, that is at 4,600. But on the weekly time frame, which I'm going to push it to right now, the weekly time frame looks really good. But so we can mark out weekly support, that maybe something we can get something a little bit more local, which would be right here at 38.71. I think that is a great place for Ethereum to pull back to. If it does, we even have weekly support. See, these weekly levels here at 4,800 coincide with the one I just marked. We also have that all-time high, or that previous high weekly support there. So you could make a cute little rectangle, or little box here of support for Ethereum. If this support does not hold for Ethereum, I do expect the price to come back to these levels, for instance. So this box really needs to hold to help continue trend. You just really want to see price make a trending structure from up, down, up, hold the top range, and then you get continuation. It should be pretty much self-explanatory, because if you look at the weekly, why I think it's likely it'll make all-time highs, you see this area here, it's pretty much tested. So on the weekly, it's tested. And because if it's tested on the weekly, and you can see that it is clear the liquidity, it's more likely than not we are going to make all-time highs. But if we do get a pullback, it's a no-brainer, just a no-brainer by the dip. So you should be more bullish, looking for dips to buy, than bearish until we get any type of failure as of right now. If we do get weekly closes below 44,000 to 3,800, then you have a reason to short to probably these levels if you get a weekly close back below. So that's pretty much it. I'll push it to the daily for Ethereum. I really don't have much really to work off of with the daily, because the daily would come down to these levels here. Let me see if there's anything more locally. Yeah, well, on the daily, you have just untested daily level here. And you have an untested daily level here. Is it currently at it? Did it come to it? Yeah, it's currently at it right now. Let me clear out some of these lines. So right now it's currently at daily resistance. So we could see some type of pullback here, right? It is likely, but you want to be looking at the higher time frames right now to catch the bigger trends. So just be patient if you haven't got in. It will give some type of pullback if it does. And if you get a daily close above these levels, you can look for a retest to get in. If it closes above, hold, and then continuation to weather new all-time highs. I think new all-times are on the table than not. So just keep in mind for that. Solana. Solana has been lagging pretty much compared to most of the other altcoins, right? You can agree with that. So let's just do a clean chart. Start with the monthly. I'll make this stream pretty short because it's pretty self-explanatory where price is logically going to. So right now on the table, we have $232 for Solana. I think that is very likely as of right now. The prior monthly has back-tested support here. So if you're playing monthly to monthly, this is the next level you're looking for, given that they've tested this swing here from here. So they already cleared the liquidity and they cleared the bottom range as well too. So I think if you had to really say in regards to risk reward for right now, Solana hasn't really pumped much, right, compared to it. So, and you have more percentage of clear target of 25%, for instance, of where price is possibly going to be heading. Let's push it to the weekly. The weekly close was actually pretty good on Solana. Retest is, as of right now, is you have weekly support. Whoops, I don't want that. You have weekly support here, right? And you have weekly support here. So 175 to 178 is a great place to buy for Solana. If we do pull back, I had to see your next level, 161. And you ideally just want to see an uptrending structure from here. So if you do get a pullback, pull back to here to push to here. That's the idea. I think at the very most, if you lose 175, you're coming back down to 161. And then if you go to the monthly, I really don't have much monthly support to really work off of that's untested, which is just probably this one right here at 124. If you do go below 156, you do not want to make a new low below 156. If you do, you're probably coming back down to 161. So no new low. You don't want to take that out because you just want the trend to continue. It honestly looks really good. Hi Kev, how are you? Yeah, I just started the stream earlier because I thought there was some good stuff going on right now. Solana pullback should go. I think there will be some type of pullback if we do. Let's go to Litecoin because I've been talking about it. We start with the monthly. Monthly looks honestly really good. It's coming to tested resistance again. Ideally, the targets for Litecoin is all-time highs. And that's what I'm expecting. If you're looking to catch a bid on Litecoin, well, we have weekly support here at 110, and then we have weekly support here at 116. So it could come back here. I was honestly looking as low as 108 for a pullback on Litecoin. I think there is a possibility we could get something like this on Litecoin, where you do come back down here and then you go. That's what I'm really watching for. I don't think everything is going to go in one shot. If it does, it goes up maybe a little bit and then it can come back down to that 108. So I'm looking to add more Litecoin there at 108 once it does come. It looks really good as of right now. On the daily was nice. This is your local daily support here at 121, and you have some here at 120. You do not want to lose those levels. If you lose those levels, you're probably going to push it to 108, in my opinion, as of right now. Let's just go look at Bitcoin again because it just moved. So I was just saying, let's see what happens here at 121.4. It's honestly a good spot to reject here, and your stop loss would be here if you would want to take a short, because this was the start of the breakdown of the down move. So I think there's going to be a reaction here, to be honest. I don't know how big the reaction is going to be, but I think there's going to be a reaction there as of right now. So yeah, that's what I really have much covered. I'm just going to upload this video now.